Breaking tonight, new details about the man accused of shooting Richmond officer Sierra Burton. Court documents reveal that some Richmond officers knew he posed a threat to police and the public. They're also raising questions about whether Philip Lee should have been behind bars at the time of the shooting. After an arrest in November of 2017, court documents say Lee told police he wasn't going back to jail and would shoot any officer or agent he encountered. Tonight, we tried contacting the police chief about those statements, but he hasn't gotten back to us, and this is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Lee's criminal past. Over the past 28 years, he's been charged with more than 40 crimes and spent 22 of the last 28 years in state prison. He's been convicted of battery, burglary, stealing cars, drug possession, and resisting police, and had only been out of prison 8 months before yesterday's shooting. We also discovered Lee could have been in prison for much longer. In 2017, he was charged for drug possession and illegal gun possession by a serious violent felon, but the gun charge was dropped as part of a plea deal. Now, if prosecutors hadn't dropped that charge, Lee would still be in prison until 2023 instead of on the street, where he's now accused of shooting a police officer. And tonight, we do have some optimistic news about Officer Burton. Just 2.5 hours ago, Richmond police announced that she is showing slight responsiveness after surgery. Now, she's still in extremely critical condition, but so many people across our state and our country are hoping she pulls through. Tonight, Emily Longnecker spoke with people who worked alongside Officer Burton and have seen her in action.
You know, this is a community that comes together in tough times, and gestures like this out in front of the Richmond Police Department are part of that. This is a prayer board, and people have been coming here all day and tying on white and blue and black ribbons in honor of Officer Burton. The sign asks prayers for Sierra, and of course Richmond's police chief is asking for continued prayers for Officer Burton, who he says is still in extremely critical condition. She underwent surgery. He says she showed slight responsiveness but has still not regained consciousness. In an Indiana community where people's roots run deep and neighbors look out for one another. An example of how difficult times can unite people even more, as they've done in Richmond, where a community is united behind its police department and Officer Sierra Burton, still fighting for her life after being shot Wednesday during a traffic stop. These blue ribbons outside the police department, part of that outpouring of support. Residents have stopped at the department to pick up signs, hundreds of them, to put in their yards. They show a smiling Officer Burton standing next to her partner, K-9 Officer Brev. Brev was with Officer Burton during Wednesday's traffic stop when she was shot.
I can't even say what Brev is feeling. Open up his eyes and not.
He knows something's bad.
Yes, something happened.
He knows it.
Can't see her. She's not there at that moment. He's confused. He has to be confused.
Luis Rodriguez is the head trainer at Von Lick Kennels. That's where this past spring, Officer Burton picked Brev to be her partner and trained with him for 6 weeks.
I tell the students in the classes that you guys had better work hard because this girl's going to outdo you. And that's what happened. She was amazing.
From the first week, she took over and did everything that she needed to do, and that bond was immediate. That dog did everything that she asked her to do.
We brought a gift bag box for the dog, Brev, and I think that's how you pronounce it. And yeah, we wrote a card and hopes to cheer him up a little bit about what happened since he was there.
Support for K-9 Officer Brev, too, from these Girl Scouts.
We're supposed to be here for everybody, we're supposed to be there, and if this is the most we can do, then we're going to do it.
All for an officer these girls look up to, someone who was their age once, with hopes and dreams. Now their hopes are for her.
I just hope she's okay, she makes it through. I think she will. Hope she will.
As one man told us tonight, when push comes to shove, we pick each other up, and this is certainly one of those times. It certainly is, and no doubt we'll see demonstrations of that tomorrow. There is a vigil planned outside the city building here at 7 in honor of Officer Burton.